Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going thrifting in Southeast Portland. I'm gonna go to 3 different Goodwills over here. They're also close by and they all usually have a great selection of items. So of course I'm not looking for anything in particular today, but if I find anything, I will take it back home with me and show you how I style it in my home. I'm starting the day at the Goodwill on Southeast Powell and 90th. It's right off of 82nd Avenue. And I love this store because it has a lot of usually cool vintage items as well as some nice like new items like Target returns and stuff like that. They probably get some donations from the suburbs like Happy Valley and Clackamas because we're right off of 205. So that's just a little tidbit for those of you that are local to the Portland area. Let's go in and see what we can find. As usual, I like to start in the furniture section. This Goodwill, like many Goodwills, has a small furniture selection, but I have found some really cool pieces here before, so it's always worth checking. I know I've mentioned my addiction to thrifted lamps and chairs, and I've realized that I have one more addiction, and that is vintage art. I have a stash in my garage and my shed, and most of it isn't even hung, but I always love checking this section because you can either find a cool frame or cool art, or if you get really lucky, you can find both of those things. I've of course seen plastic Tupperware at the thrift store many times, but this was the first time I saw glass. They were $1.99 and that is such a good deal. I was drawn to this little brass hanging planter. I have one similar and this is so polished and nice looking. I thought it was new, but because of that Made in India sticker on the bottom, I know it's either vintage or something more authentic. Here we have another hanging plant holder. This one is macrame, super cute, and it was only $4.99. I really loved the shape of this vase. It was huge, very heavy, and it was $14.99. So I decided to pass because I really don't need another vase, but that one really caught my eye. I loved this little glass bowl with loop-de-loo detailing around the trim. It was only $3.99. I almost got this. I actually carried it around with me for a while, but I decided that glass bowls just get kind of lost and I really didn't need it. All right, so I didn't end up finding any home decor worth purchasing. I try to be really mindful of what I'm purchasing at thrift stores. Just because it is a good deal doesn't mean I have to have it. I think I've mentioned this before in a previous video, but I used to just like collect everything. I had a ton of it like in storage at our house, and then we had to move halfway across the country, and so I downsized and ended up like redonating a bunch of the stuff that I had thrifted, and it was just a good learning lesson that like I don't have to hoard everything that I find. So I try to be minimal, and these videos, like I want to show you what's out there and inspire you to thrift, but also like I don't want to encourage overconsumption. That said, I didn't find any home decor, but I did find 2 coats. I love wearing these long pea coats in the fall, winter, and spring here in the Pacific Northwest. And I have like a camel colored coat that I have had for 15 years. It's from Forever 21, and it's starting to pill now, and it's just looking a little more worn. So I've been on the lookout at thrift stores, knowing I can find one at a thrift store. I don't want to pay full price, and so amazingly today I found one for $25. It's from Banana Republic, and it's like 90% wool, and it fits me perfectly. And then I also had been wanting a gray one because I feel like I've been learning more about my colors, and I found this one from Zara actually, and this one was $19.99. So I know this is like more of a home decor channel, but I also love thrifting for clothes, and especially those winter coats that go for like over $100 during the peak season. So I feel really lucky that I found both of those in this one trip. So on to the next Goodwill. Now I'm at the Goodwill on 82nd Avenue off of Johnson Creek Boulevard. This one is technically in Happy Valley. There's a project I've been wanting to do at home with a silverware organizer, and this wicker one is going to be perfect. I loved this crackly pedestal bowl. It was $15. Had it been less, I may have purchased it. I really don't need it, so I passed, but I thought it was just so gorgeous. I loved this chunky wood vase. It was solid wood, $6.99. That other price tag on the bottom lets me know that it is a newer item. It's not vintage, but it was gorgeous nonetheless. Okay, so that Goodwill was interesting. I ended up getting a little wicker drawer organizer. I'm pretty sure that's for silverware. It was only $4.99, and I've been wanting to reorganize my junk drawer. in the kitchen, or just organize it because it's not even organized to begin with. I'm going into my last Goodwill of the day. I'm at the one off of Southeast 52nd and Woodstock in the Woodstock neighborhood. So let's go see what we can find at this one. Once again, I'm starting at the furniture section. I swear that this wicker trunk with brass corners is following me around because this is the third one I've seen in the last month, and it's always at a different store. I'm pretty sure I featured the last two on previous videos. I had to dig out those two vintage portraits that were on the back of the shelf to take a closer look. They were only $6.99. Okay, I found some really cool things at that Woodstock Goodwill. First thing I got was this candle snuffer for $3.99. It's brass. I don't know, it looks old, but it doesn't feel old. It feels like it could be Target, but I thought it was really pretty. I also, side note, hate the smell of candles that are blown out, like that smoke. I hate that particular smoke smell. It makes me want to choke. So I love to smother a candle so that I don't have to smell it. I also got this little tiny hat for 50 cents because blue tags were on sale this week, 50% off. And I really just want to put this on my cat and take a picture of him. Who knows if I'll find another purpose for it. And then I also did end up getting one of these old pictures. It's not like an original painting or anything, and there's a little bit of a dent in it, but I'm gonna call this guy Angry Soldier. It was only $6.99, and it's a pretty good size. I think it's 18 by 24. So let's take these home and see how I can style them. So here is my junk drawer before, and this shot really doesn't do it justice. There's so many little things underneath those pads of paper. Look how organized it is. Now that I use that wicker silverware organizer, I sorted everything out and it's so much more functional. Now here is where I'm going to keep the brass candle snuffer. I have this candle in our living room. It's one of the only candles we light, and I just love how that brass snuffer looks on the coffee table. I decided to hang my Angry Soldier portrait above our piano in the entryway. It really finishes off this space. I've been wanting art on this wall for a long time, and I'm happy to have found the perfect piece. Last but not least, here is my little cat in his little hat. He was not sure about this. As usual, you guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you like watching my videos and want to see more.